Hi there, it's been a while, almost a year. I wasn't supposed to take this long break, but there just has been a lot of things happening in my life. I have moved, as you can see, my record shelf is in a completely different room, and yeah, so I'm sorry about that. And to be honest, there just hasn't really been much interesting happening in the Beach Boys world. In this year, you know, even though it's the 60th anniversary year, it feels very weird that it's been so silent. Kind of like, I know the Long Promised Road doc was obviously released and the soundtrack for that, and I will be doing reviews of those both sometime soon, I hope. I was supposed to do them a long time ago already, but I just haven't had the time. But this video is about the Sounds of Summer box set, which was released this last Friday. I haven't bought it, and I have a few reasons why. It was the people who work on these Beach Boys releases, or have been working on them for the past few decades at least, Alan Boyd and Mark Linney mainly, have been doing a fantastic job. And I really love the Sunshine Tomorrow double CD that was released in 2017. They worked on this one. They also worked on the Smile Sessions box set, which is great. And obviously Feel Flows from the last year, which was pretty amazing. I really liked it. I did full reviews on it. I have it both versions, CD and vinyl. I had few issues with it, and I kinda just, you know, went over them. I didn't really talk about my issues that much when it was released, because Feel Flows was the first archival Beach Boys release since this one, really like physical, and this was 2017, and then the first Beach Boys box set, you know, since Made in California, which was almost 10 years ago already. And I didn't even buy that one either, because I didn't feel like I needed it, and I thought that the graphic design on that was horrible, so I didn't really just, you know, want to have it on my shelf, because it kind of looks really bad, and it was very expensive, and I already have most of those songs already on my collection. But anyway, in this video we're going to talk about the Sounds of Summer box set. I've been listening to the tracks now for a few days, and obviously I heard the single releases which were released prior already, and I've been listening to it in my car and with my headphones, and even with my cell phone speakers, so with multiple different stations. And to be honest, I don't like what I'm hearing. I know this might be a bit controversial to say this, but I just don't like the new mixes. There was a little bit of the same kind of problem with the Feel Flows tracks already. The compression and the digital remastering and mixing of some of the tracks was kind of off. I didn't really want to nitpick on it, because mostly I really enjoyed the box set and liked what I heard, but there were these signs that something was just a little bit off. And like I said, because it was the first big Beach Boys centered box set since Made in California, so almost 10 years, so I just didn't want to, like, you know, nitpick it. I wanted to support it and show my support and buy it, obviously, and I love the artwork and everything, you know, the material. But there were these signs, and now with this Sounds of Summer box set, the signs are not really signs anymore. They are actually pretty loud and clear. The mixing has multiple problems on a lot of these 2021-22 you know, tracks. Like for example, the Good Vibrations, which was the first single release from this box set. I know a lot of people liked it, and I like it. And they said that it has incredible clarity and they can hear things and that, but to me it sounds like artificial. It sounds like the soul has been taken out of it. It has a lot of hissing going on, this sound. And sure, there's a lot of clarity, but it sounds to me like it was done by just pumping up treble and EQ and taking bass out of everything else but the bass, and then bringing the bass 100%. Like, it sounds very weird, unbalanced, and it's not the worst example from this box set, but even with that there, I just felt that something was off about it. I really liked Shutdown. I thought that was great. That I enjoyed. That's a pretty good mix. So, like I said, some of these mixes are better, some are worse, and obviously they have things I like and things I don't like. So I don't think there's any single track here that I don't like at all. But then again, something like Baby Blue, for example, it has some things that I like, the new mix, but then once again, this hissing sound that is very loud and clear kills it for me. I get a headache of it, and that's completely missing from the original one.
Late at night when the whole world's sleeping, I dream of you. Late at night when the whole world's sleeping, I dream of you.
And I believe, I'm not a sound engineer, but I believe that this hissing sound comes, out, or comes clear when you're doing all kind of digital, artificial processes, to the actual tapes. For example, like, using treble EQ and then adding reverb, taking reverb out and things like that. So then there's just not so much leeway, on those old analog tape, materials as there is in digital modern recordings. Now they are using these modern techniques to improve, so to speak, the sound of the old ones and old recordings, and I feel like something has happened between the Sunshine Tomorrow and Feel Flow's box set in the working process of these guys, because I really had to check it out, because I remembered that Sunshine Tomorrow sounded fantastic. So today I listened to this again and it sounds phenomenal. So I don't really understand what's going on, because these are earlier recordings than the early 70s recordings or even late 70s recordings on the Sounds of Summer box set, which sounds, for a lot of parts, they sound really bad. And the Beach Boys pretty much always used high-end technology, so I don't understand what's going on there. This double CD sounds fantastic. The new mixes on this one are phenomenal, still on this day. And then we come to Feel Flows and even like greatly on this new box set, and something just has happened. It's just not up there anymore. Everything has been pumped up to max, and I think Hovey Edelson or someone talked about making the music sound like more modern, or something that it would be more interesting to 20-year-olds. And I get that point. I get what they're saying. I can understand that point in there. But I'm 20-year-old something, and I'm not a professional sound engineer. I haven't won a Grammy, obviously. But to me, just my listeners' ears, something's just not right with these new mixes. I don't know what you guys think, but to me, it just, like, even when they just released the press info that they're gonna, bring this box set back in the markets and, expand it, I felt like that's something I just don't need, because I already have all the tracks. So I wasn't super enthusiastic about it anyway, but I was like, a week ago I was gonna buy it. I was like getting excited about it. Now it was released and I've been listening to it, and I'm more worried than anything, because Apparently they are releasing the Car and the Passions and Holland box set later this year, and those tracks, what I heard, they have been already mixed, and I am very worried that they are gonna follow the same style with the Sounds of Summer box set, which to my ears is it's some of those tracks are almost unlistenable. For example, the two Car and the Passions tracks, Marcella and You Need a Mess of Help to Stand Alone, which both are some of my favorite tracks by the group. They have some parts, the new mixes, that I like, but somehow they feel off. If you listen to just the beginnings of both tracks, it feels like Mary Wilson was brought back into the control room and just he pumped up the treble to 200 or something. It feels like it clicks like... I get it, they wanted to add punchiness to it, but it just doesn't sound good. It sounds like they butchered the tracks. I'm sorry to say this, but to my ears it really sounds like that. And I like how they pumped up some of the background vocals in these tracks. I like that. But then they added these vocal parts that aren't supposed to be in the track. For example, in Marcella they added in the beginning, and later also it repeats the, I think Carl sings it, the Marcella, ooh, something like that. It's like in the beginning, it's that kind of ooh part, which just, it's not supposed to be in the track. They left it off because it doesn't really work. So I'm not sure why you want to add something like that back to the mix, because it was obviously cut for a reason. And there was already problems like that with some of the Feel Flows tracks. I felt that, you know, I don't know, like I think that these archival releases should be thought in a way that you are preserving the original material, and you can pump it up a little bit, make it a little bit modern sounding or whatever. I don't mind about that, but if you go too far into that, you know, way of doing it, I think this is what happens. I think they work perfect. Like the stuff that they did worked perfectly with these two releases. But now it's just getting too far. I don't know. I am super worried because I was waiting so enthusiastically the upcoming archival releases. But if they sound like if the Marcella and You Need a Mess of Help to Stand Alone are actual cuts from the upcoming box set, I'm not sure if I'm even gonna buy it, which is to me such a bummer. It's a really sad thing. And yeah, there was something else I wanted to say about this as well, but I guess I can continue with you guys about it in the comments, and I might even do a full review of this after I've listened to the whole thing. I haven't yet listened to all the tracks. I think I listened to all the new mixes already, but not the whole thing. But anyway, what do you think? Do you enjoy it? And my point here is not to tell you if you enjoy these new mixes and this new box set. I'm very happy about you. Obviously, I like it that if you like them, I don't mind. Like you can like it and you can buy it in all the different versions. I don't mind about that. So my point here is not to tell you that you are wrong or anything like that. I'm just talking about my experience about it, how I feel. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care, bye bye.